Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to go over the top tips for beginners in Warface Breakout. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We are all Breakout all the time, and we love it. Let's do this. Okay, so the first thing to remember is this is a team-based competitive shooter. So, communication is key. When you're able to, make sure you're in party chat. Now, Warface has this built into the game. You can jump in and just be in party chat. However, if you are unable to party chat or you don't want to party chat, make sure you're using the communication tools on the D-pad. I can't tell you how many times this has come in helpful when playing with randoms or other players who I'm not communicating with, but we're utilizing communication via the D-pad. A team that communicates wins. A team that doesn't loses. So communication, remember, communicate as best you can each and every single match. Next up is map knowledge. That's right, map knowledge. The name of the game in these types of games is map knowledge. If you've got map knowledge, if you know where to go, if you know where players most likely are able to attack or defend, if you know your lanes, you will dominate. It's just the nature of these types of games. So as a new player, when you're in the maps, don't be afraid to go and explore. Don't be afraid to die as a result of those explorations, but learn where people are coming from. Where do people go? If people attack A, where do they most likely like to attack A? If they attack B, where do they like to attack B? Where do they like to defend A and B? Just get to know the map, get to know tendencies, get to know the lanes, and you can dominate like a pro in no time. Map knowledge is so key in this. It's number 2 only to communication. So make sure, study the maps, know the maps, learn the maps, be the map. Next up, something that can put you over the top of other players, particularly beginner players, is using your radar and using it frequently. Now, the radar is in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and when other players fire or shoot, that shows up on the radar. They show up as little red dots on the radar. What I like to do is sit back, especially when I'm on defense, is sit back, see where these players are popping up, what point they're attacking, and then I adjust accordingly. Also on attack, I like to take my time. Let's say we're going A, look and see where people are coming from, and then maneuver accordingly. Utilizing your radar will give you advantage over almost every single beginner player because beginners often forget to use that radar in the bottom left corner. The more you use it, the more use you'll get better at glancing down there, making it part of your gameplay. Muscle memory, eyeball memory. Your radar is so important in this game. Next up is grenades. Now, don't be afraid to invest in grenades. Don't be afraid to utilize grenades. I personally like to use the frag grenade and flashbang grenades. I use these all the time. I use them in most matches, so, especially once you get to learn the maps. You'll learn where people like to camp. You can toss grenades over there. Usually, if you don't get a kill, you'll at least do some damage, which is critical in this game, and you can get yourself an assist and contribute to your team that way. Now, grenades in this game are OP. Their area of effect is huge. They've got a huge radius, so make sure you're using grenades frequently. Also, I can't tell you how many times a flashbang has come in handy in one-on-one or 1v2 situations. Toss a flashbang, then go in, take them out. It's a beautiful thing. Don't be afraid to invest in grenades each and every single round, as grenades are critical to your team's success. And our last tip for beginners is sound. Be aware of sound. If you can, make sure you're playing with the headset on. Sound is super, super important in this game. When you crouch, hit B, and you're walking, your sound reduces. When you're standing and running, your sound is super loud. Now, be aware of this, especially on defense or when attacking, especially when you think you're surrounded. Just sit, listen, figure out, okay, I can hear this person over there, I can hear this person over there, and then move and adjust or wait for them to come to you. Regardless, sound is critical. Now, this brings us to crouching and standing. I like to crouch when I think that people are next to me and move crouching when people are next to me. However, there is no advantage in moving and shooting while crouched because it just makes it easier, in my opinion, for the other team to get a headshot. So when I know where someone's at, I like to stand up and aim and shoot rather than be crouched and aim and shooting. Crouching is simply for sound. Make sure that you're using your sound, getting used to when to crouch, when to run, when to stop and listen, and take your time. Don't be afraid. Listen to your surroundings, use that headset, use that sound to your advantage, and you'll get some extra wins. If you start implementing these tips right away, you will start dominating this game in no time. I love Warface. What tips did I leave out? What do you like to do? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. We are all Warface Breakout all the time. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you later.